पंगा है.
I come in, sir?
Yes, Sameer, please come. Please sit down.
Thank you. Good afternoon,
Am
sir.
I calling your name correctly?
Sir. Yes, sir.
Sameer, is your name?
Yes, sir. Samir Prakash Khode.
अच्छा पूरा है Sameer Prakash. Please sit down.
Thank you.
Sameer, let's have your brief introduction.
Sir, I am Samir Prakash Khode, born in Wardha and native of Nagpur. I am a chemical engineer, graduated from VNIT Nagpur, and thereafter I went to IIM Lucknow and studied MBA there. And I worked for 7 years in corporate sector in a consulting role. I am right now a part of Indian Railway Traffic Service 2019 exam batch and joined in January 2022.
So you have finished your probation?
The probation is technically on, but I have finished my training.
You have finished it?
Yes, sir.
So you will get a posting now?
Sir, I got posted in July last year.
Where?
In Raipur, Chhattisgarh. I am area operations manager.
So why do you want to change the journey from IRTS to IAS?
Sir, IAS was the original aspiration why I took up this exam after work experience. And in terms of, sir, practicality, I want, so earlier I was strategizing in corporate sector, and in railways I got chance to implement. So
where
sir,
did you work in corporate sector?
Sir, I worked for 3.5 years at Imeris SA, a Paris-based company, works into specialty chemicals domain, and 3.5 years around Accenture strategy. I was a consultant.
Management consultant.
Yes,
very nice. Good. So tell me, let's start with Wardha.
Yes, sir.
So why did Gandhi believe in living in ashrams?
Sir, I can speculate that he wanted a modest lifestyle. He also wanted to spread that message, because if we look at Indian economy and society as a large, at that point of time, we were a society impoverished, and that point of time we wanted to rely on our roots such as khadi, and then grow as a nation with our own values. So sir, austerity and self sufficiency.
Related to village also?
Yes, sir. Village republics. Thank you, sir.
You are from Nagpur?
Yes, sir.
So why Nagpur continues to be the second capital of Maharashtra? You think it is still required? It's been ages.
Yes, sir. The trend started in 1950s with the Nagpur Pact, but it has a utility, because I have been to the vicinity of Nagpur Assembly, especially during the session, and I see that a lot of tribal associations, farmer associations, they can visit the winter capital with their demands, and sir, largely it also creates a positive message regarding that the government is receptive, and also government also gets to know some newer problems which it might not have heard it say in Mumbai.
During elections, Sameer, railways is very useful for elections, conducting Lok Sabha elections every 5 years.
Yes,
how?
Sir, we help in transportation of CRPF battalions, and also the electronic voting machines, and also police personnel as well, and we also serve as a pit stop for them to and we take care of their stay and food and other arrangements, sir. I can give an example, sir. When persons want to go to Kanker district or even beyond to Jagdalpur district, then we facilitate their trip till Raipur and even beyond Raipur.
Good. You are also done international relations, right?
Yes, sir. My option.
Your optional was
Yes,
right. Now tell me, SARC is totally dormant and inert.
Yes, sir.
Just because India has taken a stand that as long as terrorism doesn't stop, we will not take SARC forward. Is it not counterproductive for India and the other nations?
Yes, sir. Currently, SARC is dormant, and I see a value in it being dormant, because there needs to be a stern message that we can't go ahead with talks trade along with terror. but sir, in the long run, I see that the first say gateway to our relations with Pakistan would come by facilitating terror. That would create linkages, and for that, sir, SAARC would come handy.
But initially, SAARC meetings used to be held. Even the terrorism or the terror of terror from Pakistan has been there for ages. So suddenly, it has been stopped. Moreover, India's neighborhood policy, or maybe our relations with our neighbors other than Pakistan, have also seen a dip. And not having SAARC meetings or regional sort of cooperation may have pushed these nations towards China. Do you agree?
Sir, I have a slightly different perspective, sir. Even if SAARC is dominant, even then India has other modes of engagement. For example, with Nepal, there is a bilateral. Recently, there was a hit formula. With Bangladesh, our relations is stronger with the government, notwithstanding the party as well. With Sri Lanka, Bhutan also we have a relation. And sir, even if SAARC is strong, China would still try to make inroads by bilateral relations.
My last question, you are an MBA.
Yes, sir.
Strategy marketing.
Yes, sir.
Now tell me, you have there is a investor summit for Vidarbha, okay, to get investments into Vidarbha region,
Yes, sir.
and you are the secretary industry,
Yes, sir.
and you have to promote and attract investments into this Vidarbha region,
Yes, sir.
right? What are you going to message? What kind of strategy you would adopt to market Vidarbha?
Yes. Sir, I will stick to basics. The land labor capital issue in Vidarbha is an advantage. Land is available, the skilled labor is available because of various colleges. And sir, capital, we have banking infrastructure in Nagpur and Amravati. Apart from that, sir, I will highlight that there is a Samruddhi corridor. There is a rail connectivity to east and west end of Vidarbha. And sir, I would also show the prospective spots where industries can come. And lastly, sir, I will already show that there is iron ore, there is coal, there are cement industries.
Good. Thank you, Sameer.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Sameer, tell me, which is called Tiger Capital of India?
Sir, Nagpur.
Nagpur.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sameer, tell me, you, I think nowadays are in Chhattisgarh.
Yes, sir.
It's affected with Naxalism.
Yes, sir.
How the Naxalism is different from terrorism?
Sir,
We have terrorism also, we have Naxalism also. So how these two are different?
sir, the origin is different because terrorism is driven by in our case the partition, and then there is a religious angle to it as well, because the nations were partitioned on different. And sir, there is an anger towards the state for carving out a territory and also getting support from other nation. Sir, Naxalism has in-house origin. It originated from an eastern state to versus feudalism. And
Which eastern state?
sir, Naxalbari in West Bengal, sir. And in 1960s, it was against feudalism. So it was poor's resentment towards rich, which got culminated into Naxalism. And sir, they have various modes of fighting is also different. Terrorism even in cities, they target civilians, whereas this is a guerrilla warfare in forest areas, sir.
But in Naxalism also many people say that in urban areas the Naxalites are quite active. I mean a different form of Naxalism in urban areas. Is it different form of Naxalism in urban areas?
Yes, sir. Sir, there is a support. There is allegation that there are ideological, money and logistical and arms support from urban areas, sir. However, sir, I do not segregate between urban and rural, sir. A Naxal anywhere in the supply chain of Naxalism is a Naxal, sir.
How you can differentiate between a poor tribal who is a simple tribal, doesn't have any criminal past history, and a Naxalite who is also tribal? Is there any mechanism? Because many a times in garb of Naxalites, there is a possibility that the normal, innocuous, simple, poor villager, tribal villager may also get affected. How these two can be differentiated?
Sir, See, sir, it would be difficult because Nakshals get embedded in the society, sir. However, if practically we have to do it, sir, we can do it on the basis of social security mechanism, because somewhere a student or a poor tribal would come somewhere and enroll with Aadhaar or with banking to get social security benefits. So, sir, we can start via basics to keep a database. But, sir, yes, during a conflict or a
that is a
shootout,
different
yes, sir.
story. That is a different story. You are also a railway officer.
Yes, sir.
Do you think that we have certain mechanism, or are we doing something, or we are proposing to do something? Because if we try to connect from Kolkata to our northeast areas, there's a lot of journey, you know. So if we go via Bangladesh, it's quite short. Are we doing something in that direction? And about rail linking or something through Bangladesh, say from Kolkata to Assam, Tripura, that
Yes, sir.
it takes very less, 10 hours. If we go via Bengal and Assam, it takes more than 40 hours, 36 to 40 hours.
Yes, sir.
Are we doing something? Government of India is doing something in this regard?
Sir, in terms of a rail link crisscrossing Bangladesh, I do not have information as of now. But, sir, there are certain smaller projects such as Haldibari, Chilahati,
Haldibari and Chilahata, they are smaller. They are 10, 15, 20 kilometer, 30 kilometer. They are 4-5 linkages are there.
Yes,
I am talking about a thorough through Bangladesh.
Sorry, sir, I do not have, but I'll read on this, sir.
Okay, okay. Pakistan has also held its elections. We are also going in election now after 2-3 months. Do you think that after the elections are over in India, is there any possibility that we can have some dialogue with Pakistan?
So we will be waiting and watching, because the person at the helm of Pakistan, they had, at least in a overt manner, they had some friendly overtures towards India. But, sir, Pakistan is a dual structure. Military would also have a say, even in fact a larger say. Sir, recently there were 2 examples that showed that they might want to talk to us. They posted a permanent charge day affairs in embassy. They are also wanting to host their national day and invite some Indian officials. So, sir, there are examples, but, sir, we will be sticking to our basic requirement of no support to terror.
My last question is about the bullet trains. I think within a year or two we are going to start this bullet train there in Ahmedabad and Mumbai. How much time is it going to take?
Sir, the first stretch would be Surat to Bilimora in 2026, second half.
2026.
Second half, sir.
What will be the advantages, tangible advantages of bullet train?
Sir, world over, wherever bullet train was implemented, all the towns in the patches get developed, because they get immediate connectivity to vendors, to offices in metro cities. Secondly, sir, a multiplier effect, cement, steel, signaling, rail, all these industries would get an immediate boost, sir. And because of bullet train, sir, it is a capital investment. And, sir, lastly, railways would also learn from the signaling and safety system, and we will improve, sir.
Thank you. Thank you,
sir.
Samir.
Samir, last 1 decade, the railway has seen some major strategies that were adopted and which in a way transformed railways what it is today. Right. So can you identify 3 important landmarks that were crucial in reaching where we are today?
Yes, sir. So, first on top of my mind is the doubling of lines and expansion of newer lines and electrification, sir.
Last 1 decade.
Yes, sir, that has been a part. So, dedicated freight corridor is the second major initiative, sir. And third major initiative is linking to ports, sidings, last mile connectivity. And sir, one of the most important is to give passengers a better amenities. For instance, sir, we are giving cushioned seats even in general bogies, which we should have given even earlier, sir, because migrant laborers travel there. The watering facility in their coaches is also at a higher frequency, so they do not get inconvenience.
So now let me add something to this list. Creation of IRMS.
Yes, sir.
Number 2, merger of budget with a general budget.
Yes.
Number 3, multi-fold increase in capital expenditure. So, in all these three, tell me how these three have had a multiplier effect on railways performance.
Yes. So thank you for reminding, sir, these initiatives. Sir, I'll talk about the budget first. Sir, the budget has, as far as I can understand, sir, it has amalgamated the railway budget with state. So we are no longer wanting to provide dividends to the central government, sir. And also the railways uh, now functions as one of the arms of government rather than an autonomous institution. So there is more accountability. IRMS, sir, we are a organization, a diverse organization with 8 departments, and at micro level they have different objectives, but at macro level they have same objectives. So it is about unifying the objectives and working of IRMS, sir. And sir, I'm sorry, sir.
Third was multi-fold increase in railways capital allocation.
Yes, thank you, sir. Sir, it is very much important, sir, because the capital allocation is the major chunk goes to track renewals and doubling of tracks. And sir, if you look at accident, majority happen because of the aging tracks. So it has aided to maintenance as well as modernization such as Kavach signaling system. Yes, sir.
So, Sameer, there is a diamond crossing in Nagpur.
Yes, sir.
Have you seen it? What is the purpose of a diamond crossing?
Yes, sir. Sir, diamond crossing is right next to the Nagpur station when we go from Nagpur towards Delhi. The purpose of diamond crossing is to aid four-way mobility in 4 directions. It is a unique and rare thing. So from Nagpur, a train can go to Delhi, and also a train can be diverted to the Howrah line, but not everything can be done from diamond crossing, sir, because there will have to be a longer turning for trains, sir.
So, Sameer, do you think era of cross subsidization will also come to an end with the emergence of dedicated freight corridor? We are cross subsidizing because freight trains are also running on the same track,
Sir.
and we need to somehow protect passenger traffic. So, era of cross subsidization, is it short-lived?
No, sir, I don't think it would come to an end, sir. It will continue and it should continue, sir, because although railway is a techno-commercial organization, but there is a social angle. There is no give and take between freight and passenger. Sir, cross subsidization, the immediate beneficiaries are the migrant laborers and the poor or lower middle class who travel in sleeper classes, sir. And cross subsidization also gives legitimacy to railway infrastructure, sir, because in cities we see railway infrastructures divide cities, divide farms, and when somebody sees that, okay, this infrastructure is mine, I am benefited, then, sir, there is a positive environment, sir.
One last question, Sameer, I want to ask you is on railways efforts in environment protection. What all we are going to do or have done?
Sir, we have implemented the Green Railways Initiative by 2030 in terms of power. There are solar power plants on railway land. In terms of the throwing of wastages, sir, we have replaced all the toilets with bio toilets. So there is no wastage on track, and so greenhouse gas emissions and wastage has been reduced by that, sir. And we are also electrifying the tracks, so diesel locomotives are being used only where it is very necessary, sir.
Many more. Read more. There are many more efforts.
Sir, thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, Sameer. You have been talking about challenges of railways, right? Like track renewal and so many other things you mentioned. So in such a scenario, is bullet train a luxury or a necessity?
Good evening, ma'am. I feel that bullet train appears like a luxury, but it is a necessity, madam, because I look at it beyond railways as a stretch which would accelerate the economic development. And it is also a necessity because if we look at the past 1 or 2 years, there have been unfortunate instances, and if we implement a successful project and emulate it even in the normal tracks and normal rolling stock of railways, then the safety and performance angle would also be good.
Sameer, you said Nagpur is the tiger capital of India, right? And we have the highest number of tigers in Madhya Pradesh. So I really do not understand why Nagpur is the tiger capital of India.
Madam, it is said so because there are many tiger reserves in and around Nagpur.
Which is the largest one?
In terms of area,
Area and tiger population also.
madam, sorry, in terms of number, I'm not sure, but Tadoba is the most popular
Yes.
one.
So you are a student of PSIR, all right, and you are from Maharashtra. You know what defection problem in Maharashtra, as it is happening in rest of the states also. So you think our anti-defection law is sufficient to tackle the problems which we are facing? Is there a need to have a relook into the role of speaker, or what exactly needs to be done?
Madam, there are 2 to 3 challenges faced by the law. First is dissent is also curbed. So the whip is used to curb dissent, and there can be a way to use only in, say, dire situations such as falling of government. Secondly, madam, the mass defections are being they are immune to the law, because if 2/3 go to a different party, which has happened, so they are immune, madam. And speaker is also he originally belongs to a party, so there are apprehensions about she acting within a stipulated time period and in an efficient manner. So these 3 aspects can be looked at.
You are international relations student also. You know, Ukraine has been trying to become a member of NATO, but there is a hesitation in NATO and other European members. Why?
Madam, I see that by giving immediate entry to Ukraine, they see that they'll all be pulled into the conflict. So
What is the policy of NATO members? If one member is on war, what do other members do?
madam, the philosophy is all for one and one for all. Article 5 says that if one party is attacked, then everybody else would be in war with the enemy. And
So that is the hesitation.
that is one hesitation, madam. And
Honorable External Affairs Minister just very recently mentioned that we are no longer non-aligned. Not in real, he said we are no longer non-aligned, we are multi-aligned. What did he mean? Have we given up our policy of non-alignment, or what exactly he meant?
madam, I see a gradual shift in our policy from non-alignment, because then we were talking about 2 power centers, 2 poles, but now multiple poles are coming up in the world order. So multi-alignment is aligning on the basis of our interest. For instance, for defense, we are, and for our own gratitude and policy, strategic policy, we are aligning with Russia. At the same time, we are having a multifaceted relationship with France, USA. Also, in terms of multilateralism, SCO, BRICS, Quad, they show our the depth and breadth of our alignment.
You have done MBA in marketing strategy. Now, marketing strategy is a way of promoting the goods, you know, and we have come across so many problems. For example, problem of fake advertisements. So, you think existing regulatory mechanism is sufficient to deal with the problem of fake and deepfakes? What more needs to be done?
Madam, the existing mechanisms are reactive and post facto. They come into play sometimes immediately, but sometimes when the damage has been done. So I think the feedback mechanism, where anybody can report any fake and its ill effects, can report, and it is the action is taken on it at a very immediate and fast pace. Then we can possibly curb it, madam.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, madam.
So, Sameer, anything from your DAF which we may not have covered so far? If yes, I can ask you one last question.
Sir, thank you. I think many aspects were covered, and my education and work experience, I'll be glad to discuss, but sir, all is covered, sir.
All is covered. So, thank you, Sameer. We are over with the interview. You will proceed to the next room for some time. We'll call you again. Sameer, how did you do today?
Sir, I'm glad I could do decent, but I think my answers were a little bit lengthier.
Well, all right. Is that all?
So certain facts I should have been more prudent. The rail linkage in Bangladesh and also the budget merger. My points were not very effective, sir. Is what I felt.
Well taken, Sameer. But coming from our side, you are a very bright candidate,
Thank you, sir.
and you will certainly do very well in your interview. You are good in all spheres.
Thank you, sir.
Very good knowledge, and very confidently you were tackling all the questions. One or two questions here and there may not matter so much, but it's always good to come out perfectly. That's so maybe those areas where you think that you could be cornered, I think that will be good. So I liked your answers on Vardha and MBA marketing and SARC and everything. You were good. So very balanced, very mature thinking. So I have nothing to add from our side, my side. You're almost, you were, I would say, flawless.
Thank you, sir.
So,
Yeah. Samir, you're an excellent candidate. You've done very well in all spheres. Read a little bit more about your railways.
Yes,
That's all. I mean, that's you talked about this. Bangladesh.
Yes, sir.
You know, I think 2 or 3 years back, there was a talk that a rail line, there was some agreement also, initial agreement,
Yes, sir.
from Kolkata to Tripura. From there is a place called in Bengal or in Bangladesh, Akhoda.
Akhora.
Akhoda.
Agartala. Yes,
Huh?
sir.
Akhoda.
Yes, sir. Akhora in Bangladesh, Agartala in
Agartala in Tripura.
Tripura. Yes, sir.
So it will go like this.
Yes, sir.
It will crisscross the entire Bangladesh, and then it will save a lot of time for Indian passengers.
Yes.
So it was supposed to be started in 2023, I think, or 24. Whether it has started, I think it has not yet started, but the work is going on that. So just read about this.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And these links, small links you are talking about, they are basically for freight, the transportation of goods, etc.
Yes, sir.
This between
Smaller links.
Smaller, Central Bengal, North Bengal, and South Bengal also, Petrapol and all those areas.
Haldibari, Chilati.
Haldibari, Chilagata, or yeah, all these, and then Nadia Murshidabad also, I think some linkages are there.
Yes, sir.
But this big link, the talks were going on.
Yes, sir.
So just read about it. What is the latest position?
Yes, sir.
I am sure it is not yet started, but the work is going on because Bangladesh had agreed to it. Yeah.
I will read, sir.
You read about it. This is important for you. Rest, you are all okay. Excellent, not okay, you are excellent.
Thank you,
in all of that. Your analysis of Naxalism and terrorism was very good. Yeah, it's very good. So I'm really impressed about that thing. Okay, so you've done very well. You've done very well. All the best.
Thank you very much, sir.
So Sameer, same here. You are excellent. Very good communication.
Thank you, sir.
Very balanced. Little bit more because this last decade has been the
Yes.
turning point in the railways.
Yes, sir.
So many changes happened when the budget got merged.
Yes, sir.
So look into that. Now railways share, is it improving with respect to roadways share?
Yes, sir.
When budget was merged, railways share was constantly and continuously declining
Yes.
in the overall economy. Now it has started going up. So that is indication number one of turnaround of railways.
Yes.
Right? So indication is हम लोग क्या कर रहे हैं? Where do we stand? Are we going down or going up? So that is number one. Number two, capital expenditure.
Yes, sir.
It has gone up by more than 5 times. Used to be 50,000 crores when I was there. And now it has reached 2.5 lakh crores.
Yes.
So, itna kharcha karna hai, that means railway is expanding by leaps and bounds. Read on stations, green stations, there are 40 green stations.
Yes, sir.
I think I asked you a question on what green
green
transformation is happening. See, there are railways target is to create 30 gigawatts of solar energy.
Yes.
We have already created 71 MW. Then stations are green, LED lights are being used. Besides green trains, green hydrogen is being used. You know about the green hydrogen rail project. All right. Then electrification, of course, you mentioned. Water conservation is also happening.
Yes, sir.
बायो टॉयलेट दो
vacuum
चीजें
toilets.
करता है, पानी बचाता है और ट्रैक को गंदगी से बचाता है.
Yes.
Then green stations and green buildings. So those have been. So this is just a small list. Otherwise, you are doing very well. I am just adding on to what you said.
Thank you, sir. I'll read on this, sir.
Yes. So you can read, and rest all you were very good. Wish you all the best.
Thank you, sir.
Sameer, it was wonderful interacting with you. You answered all the questions beautifully. In fact, you give an impression of a very curious, knowledgeable, and mature person.
Thank you.
So all your answers, bullet train, Nagpur, everything was perfect. But I started with good afternoon, Sameer. You corrected me, good evening. No, you didn't correct me. It is not yet good evening. Okay.
Sorry, madam.
Did I say good afternoon?
Yes.
And
yes.
you said good evening, ma'am.
Yes.
The evening starts at 5 o'clock. All right.
I
Otherwise, you were perfect. It was really, really very nice. You will do very well. Wish you all the best.
Thank you, madam.
So, Sameer, any questions?
Sir, I face some difficult situation at times when I forget certain fact if and pertaining to either Nagpur or railways. And sir, if it is a very crucial aspect and if I'm not able to recall, then how do I tackle, sir?
No, like you think you mean to say the answer banks on that particular fact?
Yes, sir. And if I somehow miss out on that fact, sir, then how do I manage in that situation?
So, first strategy should be that you should, if you're not able to recall in your mind, right, then avoid, take a different route. And the good thing would be that the moment you find that there is a tricky question which you may not be able to recall, think for about 3, 4, 5 seconds. Don't go into that area where you may forget something. And you cover whatever you know about it. But don't ever do this that you go forward without ascertaining whether you will be able to recall or not.
Yes.
And then you say, sir, I'm not recollecting that particular word, sir. I'm sorry, sir. And you spend some 3, 4 seconds सोचने के लिए. Avoid that situation.
Yes.
Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So does it answer your query to some extent, or no? Your query is different.
No, sir. It answers up to to a great extent, sir. Last time I missed out on a question asking about the railways citizen charter, and it is a very important aspect, but I had missed out.
And the
sir.
worst could be that, sir, I'm sorry, I'm not able to recall. There's no harm in that. But don't treat on something, which is totally, you make some give a weird answer, which is absolutely, and the parallel, nahi, chalo, chalo, koi baat nahi. Let's go to something else. That means you have not answered. Now, that question may not make so much of difference to your marking, but the fact that you will get demoralized for the rest of your interview,
Yes.
that is killing.
Yes, sir.
Is it not?
Yes, exactly. sir.
अरे यार इसने क्या कर दिया मैंने, अब आगे तो सब खराब हो गया, वो उससे आपका जो है डिरेलमेंट शुरू हो जाता है. तो इसलिए ऐसी चीज अवॉइड करो जिसमें कोई स्नबिंग हो जाए या कुछ इस तरह का फीलिंग हो. एंड व्हेन यू जस्ट से कि सर आई एम सॉरी, आई एम नॉट एबल टू रिकॉल, खत्म हो गया, मैटर एंड्स देयर. इट डजंट हर्ट योर ईगो.
Yes, sir.
It's just that you did not know it. There's nothing wrong in that.
Yes, I'll follow this, sir.
Be very frank. In fact, there was whose board you were in when you got into IRTS?
Sir, BB Vyas, sir.
Vyasji. When some of the chairpersons, they even say कि भाई देखो अगर नहीं पता तो sorry कह देना. Chaube ji particularly used to say. He is no longer in the panel now. But I'm just telling you, this is the psyche of the UPSC.
Yes.
कि हमें गलत मत बोलो. अब ये नहीं पता लगता हमें आप you're cheating on us by saying a wrong thing, or you are actually not knowing and coming out with the wrong thing. Both are bad.
Yes, sir.
If you don't know and you are saying a wrong thing with confidence, that itself is wrong.
Yes.
And if the पैनल फील्स कि नहीं ये हमें बेवकूफ़ बना रहा है, तब तो और भी ज़्यादा. So either way, you should not do it. Better do it. It is not in your interest.
I'll follow this.
And if you don't remember completely, then you can say, sir, I'm not very sure. Can I guess?
Yes, sir.
Can I attempt, sir? So yes, yes, please go ahead. Then you say. उसके बाद अगर आप थोड़ा सा गलत होते हो, बीच में रुक भी जाते हो, तो आपके मार्क्स नहीं कटेंगे, इसलिए क्योंकि भाई आपने हिम्मत करी गेस करके, अलाउ कर दिया उन्होंने, फिर आप कोशिश भी किए. 50% चांसेस थे आप सही भी होते. 50% चांसेस हो सकता है कि आप आने के जाने के बाद कह सकते हो कि सर आई एम सॉरी, आई एम नॉट रिकॉलिंग. उसमें भी कोई खराबी नहीं. बट स्टार्टिंग विद कॉन्फिडेंस कि येस आई नो इट, एंड देन सडनली जस्ट स्टॉपिंग इन बिटवीन मिडवे, वो थोड़ा सा खराब हो जाता है.
Yes, I'll follow this, sir.
ठीक है ना. व्हाट एल्स?
Sir, I want to say
हाँ प्लीज.
I noted, in my questions, what you are saying, that is only your thought process. You know how to handle. You will look at the panel member for 2-3 seconds with curiosity, and then you will come out with the correct answer. You've done that. I think it is only in your mind that you may get stuck. You don't get stuck. And when you got stuck, for example, on Tadoba, when I asked you the population, you very rightly said, ma'am, I don't know the number of what is the population of tigers in Tadoba. Isn't it so?
Sure.
So I think you are perfect. You know how to handle the situations. You look at the member and take the time to think the answer.
I'll continue with it, madam.
You have done very well today. If you do a similar thing there, we have given you 70%, Sameer.
Thank you, sir.
This is the highest that we generally give. We have gone up to 73 also. Not that we have found anything wrong in you, but then we always keep a margin, or maybe another one maybe even better than Sameer.
Yes.
So you could go beyond that easily.
Yes.
So you're very competent,
Thank you, sir.
and your preparation is excellent.
Thank you, sir. I'll keep on reading.
Keep it up. You must read current affairs regularly till 20th March. आपको time है अभी.
हाँ, sir.
Don't get complacent. You're not. You have taken leave, no?
Yes, sir.
हाँ,
Till my interview.
छुट्टी लो. But keep in touch with railways.
Yes, sir.
Railway
उस
is
पे बहुत
important.
प्रश्न आएंगे.
बहुत,
I left the questions for railways for the honorable member because he's a railway officer.
Nice to know, sir.
तो मैंने कहा ये ज़्यादा अच्छे क्वेश्चन पूछ पाएंगे.
Yes.
तो रेलवे की तैयारी रखो आप.
हाँ, sir.
How much did you get last time in your interview?
Sir, first one I got 180, but second one I got 140.
अरे, why so low?
Sir,
Something went wrong?
Sir, when I introspect, I think I guessed on some questions, sir. I thought that might have.
That was Mr. Vyas's.
No, that was my first interview, 180. Second one was 140, Sony, sir, that board. And so I tried to improve this time, sir.
And you got into IRTS with 140 or with 180?
With 180, sir.
You are 180 plus material. Forget about Sony ji and just look ahead. और बिल्कुल आगे का ब्राइट प्रोस्पेक्ट्स हैं आपके. अच्छे से सोचो. थोड़ा सा सीरियस कम रहना. स्माइल बीच में ऐसा लगे कॉन्फिडेंस में हो आप.
हाँ, सर.
ठीक है ना. यू विल टैकल बिकॉज यू आर कॉम्पिटेंट. साल भर में तो वैसे भी बहुत आप साल भर में आपने ट्रेनिंग में रहे होगे. पोस्टिंग भी हो गई अब.
सर वो 3 साल पुरानी बात है. उसके बाद मैंने
3 साल में तो यार बहुत फर्क पड़ता है. इस एज में तो यू मैच्योर्ड ग्रेजुअली.
I will improve, sir.
140 को बिल्कुल इरेज करके जाओ यहाँ से.
हाँ, सर.
We have given you 193 and you have achieved 180. It cannot be a fluke.
Yes.
You see, getting low marks can be small error at your level which you may not even come to know. But getting high marks can never be a fluke. आप समझे the difference?
हाँ, सर.
हाँ, ज़्यादा मार्क्स नहीं मिल सकते आप अगर आप अच्छे नहीं हो. Right? So you will do very well. और 193 हमने दिए हैं तो 13 ही नंबर तो ऊपर बढ़ाए हैं आपके. है ना.
कोशिश करूंगा.
हैव कॉन्फिडेंस इन योरसेल्फ. ठीक है ना. 140 का बैड ड्रीम की तरह खत्म कर दो उसको. फ्लश इट आउट.
हाँ, सर.
ठीक है. ऑल द बेस्ट.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, madam. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. Can I carry this paper?
Yeah, you have.